I want to become the best Michael Myers in Halloween the game. You heard that right. How do you all feel about me trying to climb that steep mountain? That mountain to being the top dog Michael Myers player in Halloween the game? Well, I can tell you right now, it ain't gonna be an easy hill to climb. An uphill battle at its finest, is what I'm trying to say. If not that, then one of the best players would be the better term. Because I'm going to be putting a lot of my effort, a lot of my life into this game. That's why I'm making content for it, why I'm building myself to September 8th, 2026. Because it's going to be the most important day of my life. And funny enough, 3 days from that point, another important day to myself and a lot of Americans around the world, hopefully. But no, seriously. Ever since then, why am I saying this? Why am I making a video about this? Well, because this reminds me of Friday the 13th. Back in Friday the 13th, I'm not a very competitive person. I do have some competitive aspects. I've met a lot of competitive players through Friday the 13th, and there's a lot of people I got respect for. Some people, not so much. But I digress. Ever since Friday the 13th, I was introduced to a whole new world. A world that really just changed my perspective in gaming forever. Ever. Because I've never played online games up until that point. And actually playing with actual people in a world like that, hell yeah. And Halloween the game is going to be literally like F13 2.0 in aspects. There are aspects from other games too, but it's mostly Friday the 13th pretty much. So back then, if you're familiar with F13, which I'm sure you probably are, I used to be a Part 7 Jason main. Now, when the game first came out, Part 7 was literally regarded as the weakest Jason in the game. His strengths and weaknesses really just made no sense, and it really downgraded him horribly. He did get a buff a year later, and he was better, and I'm very happy that he got the changes he deserved, but he's still considered one of the weakest. I'm not saying he's the weakest, but he was one of the weakest. He was better than a couple of other Jasons, but even then, Part 7's look is just freaking the best, man. Like, come on. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it! It's epic! And on top of that, I've also am an AJ Mason main. AJ Mason's hot. And she's goth mommy. And, yeah, we can relate. Yeah. Anyways, no, she was seriously one of the weakest counselors in the game. I think it's... This doesn't have to be a known factor, but it just kind of benefits you more if you learn to be a better player with weaker characters. You know what I'm saying? Or weaker killers, etc. And that way, if you play the best of the best in the list, I'm talking to you, Vanessa, in Part 3. I don't know. The people like to take the pit. I can't talk straight. They pick the best of the best, and they expect to be the best of the best, you know? I like to look at it, if you pick one of the weakers, at least the weakest, I think there's a lot more skill involved in that. But I'm not talking dog shit on anybody that picks the best of the best. Well, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you pick the best perks for the best of the best? What benefits your playstyle the best? Play your own way, however way you want. But I always looked at it like, pick the weaker character, or amongst the weaker characters, and actually play till you become the master of that character. And then I think eyeballs like to look at you more that way. But, you know, when Halloween comes out, we don't know how this whole strengths and weaknesses, stats, pros and cons thing is going to work out. It could be drastically different in comparison to F13. But you understand what I'm talking about, right? Rachel Callahan. Mama. Yeah. I'm going to be maining her. And it ain't just for her looks, I hope. I swear. I swear. I swear. But obviously, Michael, there's only one Michael when this game comes out. The main thing I want to do is I really want to be one of the most recognized and one of the best Michaels out there. See, when the PAX demo released last week, one Stalky Boy. If you're familiar with him, check his content out on YouTube. He truly whooped ass in the demo. Played the most and literally racked up the most points. Tremendous respect for this guy. And I really like his content. He's done a lot of Dead by Daylight content, and he's going to be definitely doing Halloween the Game content because he's a hardcore Halloween fan like me. And there's a stink bug on my shoulder. Get out of here. Slash and Cast is another group I love to death. And Weezy F. Mamba and I, Anthony D. If you want to know more Halloween content, go to those guys. Those guys cover a lot of Halloween content. This is where I get some information from them as well. And I hope I meet those guys one day. I've already interacted with I, Anthony D in a sense in the comment section, and I respect that guy. Thank you for that, I, Anthony D. If you ever watch this, thank you. I would really like to get recognition someday. Now, as far as the competitive side of things, if there are high-level competitive players in there, maybe one day I'll meet them. But I'm definitely going to be playing with my friends that I've known from my F-13 days mostly. But one of these days, I think one of these days, the way this channel... Because back then, I didn't have a YouTube channel. I had YouTube Premium and all that, but I never had an actual channel to post content. And now I have an opportunity to actually do this, to actually finally get up there in the world, to finally get paid, to get revenue, to get a lot of entertainment and content for you people that like my channel and future people to come. And for all you Halloween purists, Halloween hardcore fans, I like to consider myself a purist as well because the original is the only one I consider canon. The rest are just pure entertainment, guilty pleasure, you know what I'm saying? The original is king. The original is the GOAT. It is the best Halloween, the best horror movie, and not only that, my favorite movie of all time. It is my favorite childhood movie of all time. It is the one I grew up with the most. So yes, ever since I was 6 years old, Michael Myers has been a part of my life. So yes, it would make sense for me to literally go forward with this, to become one of the best players in Halloween the game. That is a dream that I am looking forward to accomplishing. If I fail at doing that, well, then at least I tried, or I hope I tried, because I was going to do this with another game called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. I wanted to be the top Leatherface player. Hell, maybe even Anna. Well, that quickly failed horribly. Had nothing to do with the game. It was just me. Nothing with that whole stuff with Gun, how they dropped the game. That was literally like a year and a half later. I'm talking about within like months. I have failed. I failed horribly with that game. And I look back, damn, I had potential. And I failed. But at least Gun had their full potential realized. But you know what I'm saying? But Michael Myers, with Halloween, Michael Myers, way bigger fan. Way bigger fan. Like, Halloween's the GOAT. Like I said, the GOAT. My number one. And another thing, but we're not talking about that. No, seriously, what do you guys think? Do you think I have potential to be one of the best or the best player as far as playing Michael Myers? As far as the Haddonfield Heroes go, I don't care if I'm one of the best players, but when it comes to Michael Myers, it's himself. That's the real one right there. That's where all the eyeballs are going to be pointing at, is Michael himself. I think I have potential to do this, but if I'm going to do it, I have to go out in stride. I really have to work for it. I really have to climb that uphill battle. And I hope I get some content creators' eyes raising, because that's what I want. I want recognition. I just want fame. I want revenue. I want to make something out of this channel. I want to make something out of people like you guys, you viewers. You want something to entertain yourself with, right? I hope I can pull that off for you guys, because we're building up to it. We're building up to that moment. Halloween the game is going to be here in literally like almost 5 months as of the 8th of April this month. And I'm looking forward to it. And I can't wait to see what everything else has got in store for this game. So without further ado, be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, and have a good one.